Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. Man, it has been a wild time for some movie news. I thought it was crazy enough that we got the voice casting for the Mario movie and seen what that looked like. But no, the jaw-dropping news did not stop there because this morning we were getting headlines reading Marvel suing to keep rights to Avengers character from copyright termination. You guys are probably going to see this everywhere, so I thought why not go ahead and make a video on it, breaking it down. What exactly does this mean? Should we be worried? Is Marvel actually going to be losing the rights to their MCU characters, even characters like Spider-Man being ripped away from their owners and not being able to see them in comic books, video games, or future movies? No! I'm gonna give you all the correct information right here, but I'm gonna need you guys to hit that subscribe button, okay? I bring you all the great content you want. Least you can do is just hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment down below. What do you think about this? All right, so just jumping into it, this is a real thing that is going on, and it's not just a rumor being made up for clickbait. The Hollywood Reporter claims that Marvel is suing to keep the rights to characters like Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Ant-Man, and Spider-Man. This is happening because in their article, they state, last month, the administration of Ditko Estate filed a notice of termination on Spider-Man, which first appeared in comic book form in 1962. Under the termination provision of copyright law, authors of their heirs can reclaim rights once granted to publishers after waiting a statutory set period of time. According to the termination notice, Marvel would lose the rights to its iconic character in June 2023. The copyright law in Hollywood right now is a messy thing, okay? Us horror fans have been dealing it with Friday the 13th, good old Jason Voorhees, being stuck in a legal battle for the longest time, and is one of the reasons why we haven't seen a new Friday the 13th movie, because the original writer, Victor Miller of Friday the 13th, went ahead and sued Horror Inc., saying that he should have ownership of Jason Voorhees because he created it. Even Stephen King has used this law to his advantage with all the books he wrote back in the day being turned into movies and TV shows. Stephen King now goes ahead and files notices that, hey, it's time for you to give me that stuff back. And then we see studios panicking that they only have a limited time left with the property, so they force out a reboot like they did with the Pet Sematary movie. That's exactly why that reboot exists, because Stephen King was about to claim ownership back and they only had a year left with that property. So it was literally the definition of a cash grab. So this is the heirs to Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, the people who own their estates, because after they pass away, you pass on everything to someone else. Like, I know when I pass away, this little guy's gonna own ownership to all of this empire. You're gonna be the 3C dog. Hope you got some good cringy intros in mind.
What?
And while I think people can be quick to be angry at the heirs wanting to sue Marvel and take away the MCU as we know it and break things up, at the end of the day, we can't be that mad. This was created by people they know and love, so they feel like they should protect it because it belongs to their family member who has passed away. So now discussing either way, what happens if they win or if they lose? Real quick, if they win, I think it's going to be pretty obvious that Disney's going to win this one because they have tons of money in the world for all the lawyers. They're a very powerful company, and if you don't know, Disney has actually been doing this a lot with the characters they've already owned. Mickey Mouse, everything from their princess movies. There's copyright law where that stuff is eventually supposed to become public domain, but Disney constantly is lobbying and changing up copyright law so that doesn't happen and they can retain the rights to their characters. But okay, let's say for some reason that the law is on the side of the heirs and that they decide that, you know what, Disney, you shouldn't have ownership of this. We're going to give all of this back. One, that would be kind of interesting to see because then Sony would lose the rights to Spider-Man, and Sony has been gripping on to dear life for my boy. Like, seriously, I think the only thing that keeps Sony alive is the fact that they own Spider-Man, because there's always rumors going around that Sony is ready to sell off their movie division. But if these characters get taken away, then those heirs are the ones who become responsible on how to use them. So they'll have to stop making comic books, video games, and anything that they don't approve of or at least don't get a check in. And that's where people are getting scared and wondering, man, are we about to lose the MCU as we know it? And no, because even if they win, they're not getting these characters back to just hold on to them, lock them away in a box, and be like, no one in the world can enjoy Spider-Man and Bully Maguire again. So all that'll happen is if the heirs win the rights back, Disney will just be like, damn it, now we have to pay a royalty to these guys. All right, how much is it going to be for us to be able to continue the MCU? They'll work out a price. The heirs can then just sit back in their house, lean back, watch TV as Marvel continues doing what they're doing, but this time they get a check in return. And heck, part of me kind of wants that to happen because not only then will the heirs be taking Spider-Man away from Sony, then Disney don't have that middleman of Sony to be like, you never wanted to sell Spider-Man, this person does. And while I'm very grateful for everything Sony has done and the movies they've provided me growing up, I think there's going to be a level of freedom that would be amazing to see where Marvel has full 100% control of Spider-Man and those characters, and the Marvel universe would just feel a lot more complete. But the worst case scenario we need to worry about and prepare ourselves with is, just like with the Friday the 13th franchise and how that's been going on for what feels like 5-6 years, who knows? In that time period that the legal battle has been happening, no one has been allowed to make new Friday the 13th content. That would be a very scary situation to happen right here, because it says by 2023 the law takes in effect, and if the courts haven't settled on something and they're still going through this legal battle, that means from the year 2023 until whatever year the court battle ends, we won't see Spider-Man, Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, these characters, because as of right now, their ownership is up for grabs and no one can use them. I can't go me more than 3 years without Spider-Man. I'll have the itch. But like I said, in the end, it'll come down to money. Disney has a lot of it. They'll work out something where they're like, fine, we'll start paying you to be able to use these characters, but we're going to continue doing what we do. Still something exciting to see here. I want to know your guys' opinions. What do you think would happen if Disney lost the rights to these characters? I know there's a lot of people out there who hate what Disney has done with the Marvel characters and would love for this to happen, but at the end of the day, Disney's gonna get their hams back on them one way or another. Anything and everything, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.